I read some, I've heard horror stories, including on Reddit, guys that got really taken to the cleaners, man. Some dude even went to one of those massage parlors and he stupidly left his wallet in his pants and gave it to the girl. And they swapped out all the US bills in his wallet and replaced them with counterfeits. And then he went somewhere else to buy something. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank you for joining me out here in Penang, Malaysia. It's my morning routine, and just kind of want to give an update on my life here in Malaysia. While having my breakfast, oatmeal with peanut butters, and actually I need to add some peanuts because I need to increase my protein intake. So I have bananas, peanut butter, oatmeal, fresh milk, and forgot the peanuts. Yeah, I need to increase the intake. I've been eating too much rice here that I needed to cut back and increase the protein intake. Yeah, now it's complete. So peanuts, peanut butter, oatmeal, of course, fresh milk, and bananas. This is what I eat out here to stay healthy. And I know that previously, in the past, I've sounded long-winded. And if I'm doing so, forgive me, as English is not my first language. So I tend to over-explain things and repeat things over and over. And as you can see, I'm doing it even right now. So please forgive me if I sound long-winded. But I wanted to talk about a few things in terms of cost of living, logistics, healthcare, and ability to access international banking, accessing Western products. So I am in kind of a beach condo hotel. It's a beachfront property, like I'm looking at the beach. And here, if you want to leave monthly, probably gonna cost you about $200, and that's if you negotiate it. If not, you might probably will be paying around like $250 to $300. I was able to negotiate it to about $150 weekly. So if you If you are to stay here and live on a monthly basis, you'll probably, with a lease, a condo like this one, it will be around $400 to $450, depending on how you negotiate it. You can always negotiate all this stuff. What I found was a lot of these condos up here are more like 3 bedrooms. You hardly find any 1 bedrooms around here. There are some, but majority of them are 3 bedrooms, which cost around, the prices I was seeing online, about $1,000 for a 3 bedroom, and for 1 bedroom that I saw was gonna be costing around $450, which I thought is decent for a beachfront property. When you open your door, your slider, your curtains, and you're staring right at the ocean, looking straight at the beach, and it's very spacious. That's one of the things that I like about it. It's not cramped. You can move around, and if you're a couple, that's even best, because you can move around it with ease. You know, when I was planning on starting this YouTube channel, I was like, what am I going to talk about? Like right now, before I started the camera, I always have in my mind lots and lots of things to talk about in my mind. Then I turn on the camera. I don't know if it's camera shy. I don't know, it's me being, I don't know. It's just like everything I wanted to talk about just disappears out of my head. Maybe because I'm a perfectionist. And I always like want to give concise information that not only will educate someone, but entertain them as well. And it just, like, I call it the monkey chatting. It's like all in my head, and everything kind of disappears, and I don't know what else to talk about. Then I find myself repeating the same thing over and over again, which then I'm sounding long-winded, which makes people, it's just people disconnect and they go watch something else. Then I get frustrated that I don't get engagement. Like before I turned on the camera, there was so many things that was going through my mind. And it was flowing. Like I'm having a conversation with myself. Then I turn on the camera and it's like fucking crowd strike, blue screen. So since I've been living here, for safety, I feel very safe. Walking around, including at night. Like at nighttime, I like to take a stroll on the beach. In the morning, I like to do a morning run. And even when it's really, really dark, I really had nothing to worry about. Like I walk all the way, then I walk back. Or in the morning I run all the way, then I run back. And but that's for me being a black man. That's my experience. For other people, it might be different. Because I heard a lot of horror stories about people that travel, or single women, even some guys that travel to Cambodia that are not black guys, but even some black American guys either got robbed, got shortchanged somewhere somehow. The tuk-tuk driver took advantage of them. For me, I never lost a dime in Cambodia through any type of scam. Maybe because I grew up in Nigeria and I recognize certain things before they happen. Because I remember one instance where a tuk-tuk driver was trying to drop me off at the long location and charge me. I refused to pay him. I told him if he doesn't drop me off where my destination was indicated, I'm going to step out of the tuk-tuk and go, jump in another one. And he's trying to play dumb. You know how they do. They try to play dumb like they don't know what you're talking about. No matter how much you explain to them what you need, they keep saying the same thing, And finally, he, seeing that I wasn't budget, went and dropped me off at where I was supposed to be at, and he's trying to charge me extra. I held on to my money, and I asked him to give me the change before I released the bill to him. And he saw that I wasn't budging, and it's the energy that I put out there too, But I read some, I've heard horror stories, including on Reddit, guys that got really taken to the cleaners, man. Some dude even went to one of those massage parlors and he stupidly left his wallet in his pants and gave it to the girl, and they swapped out all the US bills in his wallet and replaced them with counterfeits. And then he went somewhere else to buy something, and when he gave them the bill, they told him it was copy. It was like, no way, I brought these bills with me from the US. Then when he started examining and he saw, the bills were a copy and it wasn't his actual original bills. So he went back to the massage place and it was like a disaster for him. I think he finally got back some of his money. But I digress. For logistics, they have quite a lot of malls here. That carry variety of foods, including for Westerners, people from the East, like other Southeast Asian countries. people from other Asian countries like India, China. The most Westerners that are here are mostly Aussies and Kiwis. That's the guys from Australia and New Zealand. So they do quite cater to the products that those groups do purchase. Another large group that are here outside other Asian countries from the West are Brits, mostly Europeans. We do have Americans here, but it's very like small pocket. So Western products are here in abundance. Yesterday, I went to one of the malls to purchase healthcare supplements, and I was quite shocked at the variety of Western health supplements that were available for me to purchase. Prime example, I bought a C4 ripped yesterday, and they gave me this cup as a free gift. When I looked at the price I was going to pay for it, and the price it was selling on Amazon, it was the same. Actually here, it was $2 cheaper, plus I got this for free. For the cost of food, it is slightly higher than the price of food in Thailand. And when I say Thailand, I mean all of Thailand. From Chiang Mai to Hatia. Like the portions of the food that I do receive when I order on Grab for about $4. In Hatia, they will deliver like 3 portions of really good, I mean mouth-watering good food here. For that amount, I get 2 portions. Except for the other day that I ordered through a Thai restaurant. I got quite a lot of food, but that food would have probably cost me $8 to $10 in Hatia, and here it costs about $11. it is still light years a- like apart from what you would get from, say, the US. But Thailand is slightly cheaper when it comes to food and groceries as well. For example, in Hatia, I ordered a week worth of groceries just for me. And I paid around $11 to $14. Here, a week worth of groceries for me and my girl now cost me approximately $23, which is still a smoking deal. Because I know in the US, I will not pay less than $120. And that's in Texas. Like Austin and San Antonio, Texas. So I'm still very grateful. Please don't get me wrong. I'm just doing comparison. Now for healthcare, of course, Thailand has one of the best healthcares in the world. Malaysia is up there with Thailand as well. And way cheaper than Thailand. Because the reason why it's way cheaper than Thailand is that in Thailand, they have multi-price system, two price systems, one for Thai people and one for foreigners. So they tend to charge foreigners a bit more. Whereas here in Malaysia, there's one price system that everyone pays. And I believe the reason for that is that Malaysia is an already diverse society. You have the Penang Chinese, you have the ethnic Malay, you have the Indians, you have the Arabs, then you have everyone else who are citizens of Malaysia and are seen as equal citizens of Malaysia. There is no Malayan people are here and Penang Chinese are here. No, they are all Malay citizens. So just like in the US, there's no price differences between if you are an illegal immigrant or if you are of a US citizen whose ancestors has been there since the 16th century. Another thing that I want to talk about is the diversity in food. Going out to restaurants to eat, on average, If I eat by myself, I spend around 25 to 35 ringgit, which is approximately about $5 to $6, between $4 to $6, give or take. I do have a big stomach, so I eat big portions, and I only eat once a day. So that's usually my food expense. And that's regardless of these mid-range restaurants. I'm not talking about high-end restaurants. If I go to a high-end restaurant here for 2 people, that's when I usually go to these high-end restaurants when I'm with a date. I usually spend from $19 to $23. And this has been true for me between the Philippines, Thailand, Malaysia. In Cambodia, it was way more. In Cambodia, I spent around $50 for the same similar experience. People always think that Cambodia is cheap. Cambodia is actually not that cheap when you compare it with high competitions in the Southeast Asian hemisphere for what you are getting versus what you are paying. And I believe the reason for this is that they have their currency tethered to the USD, and they run it concurrently. They have a dual currency. They have the Khmer Rouge and the USD. And I believe it is one of the things that is holding them down, because they can't export much, because it's much more expensive than Thailand and Vietnam, which are giving people more bang for their buck, not just in terms of tourism, but in terms of purchasing power and export. But I digress from that. Going back to what I was originally saying regarding spending money on high-end restaurants, it's about the same. Then for the mid-range or holes in the wall, I have to do a little bit of investigating to affirm the hygiene of the place. Then I can eat there. Those type of places, I'll spend around 17 to 20 ringgit. And that's including the food and the drink. Then for the mid-range restaurants, I'll spend what I mentioned earlier. And that's so far from my experience. I'm looking at some condos here And some reason, I don't know, to me this was a little bit weird. But when I was messaging the girl about a condo that I saw, she asked a series of questions that might be considered unethical or even downright illegal in the US and most Western countries. She asked about my race, gender, ethnicity, nationality, occupation, length of stay, just a whole bunch of questions, which I supplied her before she told me the one that I contacted her about was already rented out, and she wanted to show me another one, which I'm not interested in because it's not a beachfront. So I'm looking at other agents as well and letting her know what my needs and expectations are. But for that condo, it was one bedroom. I think it's 2 bedrooms or 3, but it was really nice one. Had a nice big balcony with a green area, which I really like because I could see me adopting a dog or buy myself a dog and the dog can play there. Nice space for a little puppy to run around in. And a sea view, which is like this. I can see the sea. The kitchen was very spacious. The living room, the bedroom was all spacious. And there's another room. There's like a staircase going up. It was really nice one. And it was going for 27,000 ringgit a month, which is about equivalent to 450, maybe 430, 450, give or take, USD. I can do that. I can actually go up all the way to $550 to $600. Because I'm such a homebody, I tend to spend extra money on where I live to make sure that I'm really relaxed and I really feel at home in wherever place I call home. Like some days I stay in my apartment or my condo for a week without going anywhere. Just do my work, order food on Grab, use my body weight for exercise. And if it's on the beach like this, I just go downstairs to the gym, get a good workout, go to the pool or go to the beach and get a nice exercise. I don't really need to go out if I don't feel like it or if I don't want to. So this is my update. What do you guys think? Leave it in the comment section below. Thank you so much if you stayed on my long-winded conversation on Penang, Malaysia. Thank you, P Money. If you like that video and you want to watch others like it, click right here. Live your new dream.